Katie and a Cupcake Cure, Chapter 14. The Mixed Up Cupcakes. We should have a meeting so we can figure this out, Alexis suggested. We can do it at my house this time. How about Saturday? I'm going to my dad's this weekend, Mia said. Next weekend should be fine, Emma said. It's a month until the dance anyway. We need to figure out what kind of cupcake to make, I reminded everyone. We can do that next week, Alexis said. We'll work out a schedule too. So the following Saturday, I showed up at Alexis's front door with a whole bunch of recipes and enough ingredients for a couple dozen. If we are going to the site on a cupcake, we would have to do some research. Alexis lives in a brick house with a very neat front lawn. The bushes on either side of the white front steps are the kind that are trimmed into a perfect globe shape. Alexis looked surprised when she answered the door. Hi, Katie, she said. What's all that? It's for our meeting, I explained, so we can experiment with cupcake flavors. Oh, she said. I thought we were just going to talk about it. Why just talk when we can taste? I asked. Alexis led me into the kitchen. I've been in her house a few times so far, and I'm always amazed how clean it is in there. For example, there's nothing on the kitchen counter, not even a toaster. Our counter has a toaster, the big red mixer, a cookie jar shaped like an apple, mom's spice rack, and unusually a bowl of fruit. Alexis's mom was at the kitchen table, setting up a pitcher of water and glasses for our meeting, along with a bowl of grapes. I noticed there was a piece of paper and pencil at each of the four places around the table. Mrs. Becker was wearing a button-down light blue shirt and dark blue dress pants. I've never seen her wear jeans, not even on a Saturday. Her hair is all burned like Alexis's, but is cut short. Hello, Katie, she said when she saw me. She noticed the bag I was carrying. Did you bring snacks? How nice. It's actually supplies so we can make test cupcakes, I told her. You mean you'll be baking? She asked. Oh, dear. I didn't know you'd be baking today, Alexis. We'll clean up when we're done, Mom, Alexis said. Promise. It's true. We clean up all the time when we bake at my house, I added. Mrs. Baker gave a little sigh. All right, but let me know when you are ready to turn on the oven. She hurried out of the kitchen. Mom doesn't like it when the plan changes, Alexis explained, especially when there's a mess involved. I promise we won't make a mess, I said. Then I remembered what my kitchen usually looks like when I bake cupcakes. Well, not too much of a mess anyway. Emma and Mia arrived next at the same time. Alexis neatly piled up the pencils and papers, and I took all of the ingredients I brought out of my bag. Besides the basic cupcake making stuff, I had mini marshmallows, chocolate chips, nuts, sprinkles, red hot candies, tubes of icing, and food coloring, and a jar of cherries. Just about everything I could grab from the pantry. Everything looks so yummy, Mia said. Well, I was thinking that we have to make a really incredible cupcake if we're going to sell a lot, I said. Something we've never done before. How do we do that? Emma asked. We experiment, I said. Mom and I do it all the time. That's how we came up with our famous banana split cupcake. Only I didn't have any bananas, so we'll have to come up with something else. I turned to Alexis. Do you have a mixer? I asked. Not the kind you have, she replied. It's the one you hold in your hand. That's fine, I said. First we need to make a regular vanilla batter. I had made so many vanilla cupcakes over the last few weeks that I didn't need a recipe at all. Pretty soon we had a perfect bowl of batter ready. Now we just had to figure out what to add in, I said. Everyone loves chocolate chips, Mia suggested. We stared some in. Marshmallows go well with chocolate, said Alexis. Emma nodded definitely. We added some mini marshmallows to the batter. What about nuts? Emma asked. It might be good to have something crunchy in there. Some people are allergic to nuts, Alexis pointed out. That's true, I said, but sprinkles are crunchy too. Maybe we could put sprinkles in. Alexis wrinkled her nose. You mean put them in a cupcake instead of on top? Why not? I asked. Nobody had a good argument. I dumped in half a bottle of rainbow sprinkles. They look good, Mia said, and I don't think there's room in the bowl for anything else. We scooped all of the batter into the cupcake tins Alexis put out for us. Because of all the stuff we mixed in, there was a lot of batter left over. I don't have any more pans, Alexis said. No problem, I told her. We can always bake more when the first batch cools. Mrs. Becker came in to preheat the oven for us. She raised her eyebrow when she saw our cupcakes. My, those look interesting, she said. Wait till you taste it, Mom, Alexis told her. You're going to love it. While the cupcakes bake, we whipped up some plain vanilla icing. Should we add anything into the icing? I asked. I think the cupcakes have enough inside them, Mia said. Good point, I said. We cleaned up our mess while we waited for the cupcakes to bake. When the timer rang, Mrs. Becker helped us with the oven. Do you take them out now? She asked. We need to test them first, I said. Mom had taught me how to stick a toothpick into the middle of a cupcake. If it came out clean, it was done. But if it had batter on it, the cupcake needed to cook more. I stuck a toothpick into the middle of one of our mixed cupcakes, mixed up cupcakes. When I took it out, it wasn't clean, but it didn't have batter on it. It had gooey marshmallow, chocolate, and the sprinkles stuck to it. I found. I'm not sure if it's done or not, I said. Alexis looked over my shoulder. They look done. They're a little brown on top. See? I realized there was no sure way to tell if the cupcakes were done. We might as well take one out. Besides, I was dying to try one. The delicious smell of baking cupcakes was taking over my brain. We put the cupcakes on a rack to cool. Normally, we talk a lot when we're waiting for cupcakes to cool off. But that day, we stared at our cupcakes like we were going to cool them off with the amazing power of our minds alone. Finally, Mia blurted out. Maybe we should try them without icing, to get a true sense of how they taste. That sounds very logical to me, I said. We each picked up a cupcake. They were warm but cool enough to handle. I unwrapped the paper and took a bite. A hot, gooey mess of chocolate and marshmallow exploded in my mouth. Mmm, was all I could say. Alexis had a weird look on her face. It's too sweet. There's no such thing as too sweet, I told her. And Emma nodded in agreement. Mia had another complaint. They're kind of messy, she said, wiping her hand on a napkin. Let's see what my mom thinks, Alexis said. She left the kitchen and returned with both parents. Mr. Becker was tall and skinny, with curly hair and glasses like his wife. I think you girls have a great fundraising idea, he said. Everybody loves cupcake. Alexis handed one to each parent. They're not iced yet, she said. They might taste different when they're iced. We held our breath as Mr. and Mrs. Becker bit into their cupcakes. Mrs. Becker made the same weird face that Alexis had. They're very sweet, she said. They're tasty, said Mr. Becker. But I'll tell you something. I'm not a big fan of marshmallows. Never liked them. You know what makes me happy? A plain vanilla cupcake. Mmm. I thought of Callie's dad. I think that's a parent thing. Parents don't like likes vanilla cupcakes. And don't forget, parents are a big part of our sales, Alexis reminded us. I was starting to feel discouraged, but plain vanilla cupcakes are boring. We need our cupcakes to be extra special so everyone wants them. Well, maybe they could look special, Mia said. What do you mean? I asked. Well, this is a school fundraiser, right? Maybe they can be in the school colors or something, she said. I immediately knew what she was talking about. Mrs. Becker, can we have another bowl, please? I scooped half of the vanilla frosting we had made into a new bowl. Then I put a few drops of blue food coloring into one bowl and a few drops of yellow into the other. Emma helped me stir them up. Make that one bluer, Mia said, pointing. After a couple of more drops, we had the perfect blue and yellow, the official colors of Park Street Middle School. Mia, do your magic, I told her. Mia explicitly iced one cupcake with blue frosting and another cupcake with yellow frosting. Then she used an icing tool to write PS in yellow on the blue cupcake and PS in blue on the yellow cupcake. Just imagine there are plain vanilla cupcakes inside, Mia said, holding them out to us. They're just right, said Mrs. Becker. I bet you'll sell 100 of those, agreed Mr. Becker. 200, Alexis cheered. We will, I said confidently. We are definitely going to win this contest. We just have to do one thing. What? Alexis asked. We have to bake 200 cupcakes. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Bye.